my name is Xander, and this is my vlog! Today I'm going to do something a little bit different than normal. I'm going to attempt the I'm going to do the gender tag. Kapow. For those of you that don't know, there's a YouTuber named Ashley Wild, and she created the gender tag. I feel like this is a very important thing to open up because a lot of people are confused between gender, biological sex, or even sexual identity. And as part of the LGBTQ community, I feel like it's our responsibility to have these discussions and to bring these things into awareness. Now, these opinions are my own and don't necessarily reflect what is true or even someone who has extensively studied gender studies or the impact that that could have on other people. So take that with a grain of salt, but here's what I know and here's how I identify. For those of you who might be confused, here's a quick recap. Biological sex is the sex that you were born with and the parts that you physically have. Gender is a social construct, something that is created by humanity and society as a whole. For instance, having a penis or a vagina is biological sex. But saying that the color blue is for boys or dresses are for girls, those are considered gender things, and it's something that we as a society have created and don't necessarily reflect how people feel on the inside or what makes them feel good or bad. So that's why asking someone if they're a boy or a girl could be kind of a loaded question. Enough about that. There are a series of questions that I'm going to answer, and if you'd like to participate in this, please let me know when your video is up, and then I'll put the questions in the description down below so everyone can participate. Question number 1. How do you identify your gender, and what does that definition mean to you? I identify as a gay man, so I identify with the biological sex that was given to me at birth and the gender that goes along with it. What pronouns honor you? I prefer he, him, and his. Describe the style of clothing you most often wear. Most of the time I'm in some kind of graphic t-shirt and jeans. I'm pretty simple. I would say that the clothing that I wear would be, I guess, on the male side, but it's kind of gender neutral because I know a lot of females that wear t-shirts and jeans as well. I do costume a lot and I do makeup and things like that, and I have experimented with gender within that, and that's always a lot of fun. Talk about your choices with body hair. How do you style your hair? Do you have facial hair? What do you choose to shave or choose not to shave? I choose to have shorter hair. I have had like longer hair, especially when I was in the production of Hair, the musical. I had extensions, and it just, I don't really like it that much. It wasn't for me. Most of the time I style my hair pretty much like I wake up and maybe put some hairspray in it and then just go, good enough. I do sometimes have facial hair, but it's mostly from like a lack of shaving rather than a choice. I did make a choice, I think earlier this year, where I was like, I'm gonna grow a beard and see what that does. And while it was okay, it's just kind of like an upkeep thing, and I don't know. I go back and forth on facial hair. I also choose to shave my chest area, but it's mostly because I get uncomfortable if there's hair there. It like gets snagged on clothing and it gets itchy, so I don't personally like it. So that is something that I do shave, and I trim the other area. And then I don't shave my armpits or my legs. I have shaved my armpits in the past, but it didn't really make a difference for me. Talk about cosmetics. Do you choose to wear makeup? Do you paint your nails? What type of soaps and perfumes do you use, if any? If I'm shooting something, or if I know that I'm going to make an appearance like on stage or in a performance, then I'll wear makeup. But it's mostly just like spot coverage type of thing, like blemish or pimples or whatever. And then powder, because otherwise I'll get sweaty and look shiny and gross. One of the things I did want to share with you is the Rimmel Match Perfection Concealer and Highlighter, because this stuff is amazing. You can find it at like a CVS or a Walgreens or something like that, and it really blends in with your skin and is good for just like a single application. Just boop boop and done. Have you experienced being misgendered? If so, how often? I myself have never been misgendered, at least not that I know of. Talk about children. Are you interested in having children? I do see myself having children in the future, which is a change for me, but I do feel like once I like settle down in a way, or find a partner that is willing to like stick by me, and we know that we're moving forward, that I do plan on adopting children. And I think that with that kind of a thing, it is a team sport. You know, it is something that we're gonna have to do together. But then again, raising kids is hard and is a full-time job, so who knows? But I'm open to any possibility. I'm not gonna say no. Talk about money. Is it important to you to provide for a family financially if you choose to have one? Is it important to you that you earn more than any partner you might have? Do you prefer to pay for things like dates? Are you uncomfortable when others pay for you or offer to pay for you? This is hard. I don't really like talking about money too much. I don't think it's particularly important to me to be the breadwinner for the family, but I do feel like it would be something where I would want to contribute in some way. Yeah, again, this would all be up to whoever I'm with and the relationship that we have, and the relationship that we have to money as well, because I feel like the situation could be different for everybody. I don't think that being the primary breadwinner is important to me, but I wouldn't shrug off that responsibility if it came down to it. I'm not necessarily uncomfortable if people pay for me. I do tend to keep like a mental tally of like, okay, they paid for me this time, so I should pay next time, and da-da-da. But that's just a personal thing. But most of the time I'm kind of like a go with the flow kind of guy, so if it happens, then yay! Free dinner. Anything else you want to share about your experience with gender? I think that for me, in college was when I discovered people having this conversation of the difference between biological sex and gender, and it was really eye-opening for me and really helped me to understand people in both the trans community, the gay community, the like asexual, demisexual, the whole spectrum, because once you start separating things out and going, oh yeah, I think of this as masculine because of what society tells me, it opens you up to a lot of discussions and can change how you see the world. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. So let me know in the comments below if you've experienced anything that we talked about today, or if you have anything else that you wanted to add. And again, share those videos with me because I want to see you guys talk about it. Even if you've never experienced anything with this concept, I think it's a good thing to put out into the world. Send those videos to me on Twitter at Xanderific with 2 R's and 1 F. And I'll see you next time. This was a good video. Solid.